Hello friends, welcome to Kiss Up Cards. Keep it simple stamping up. I'm Marianne and I'm coming to you from south of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And tonight we're going to talk more matting. We're going to just look at some other ways to do more matting. So I have a card here where I'll show you. See, when we talked about matting before, we talked about matting the back of the card, which I did with this white. So that's a mat. But then I matted this strip, I matted this strip, and I matted the saying, the sentiment. So we're going to look at some different ways to, it's just some different ways to mat and make a nice card, but it's a simple card. It's not complicated. So when you can figure out, we talked in a number of videos ago about matting, so go back and check that one as well. We're going to talk about matting and how to decorate using strips and squares and each and every one of those. So let's get to my craft table. Okay, welcome to my craft table. So this design is really good when you have scraps. So I took a look through my scrap bin and found some paper, cardstock and designer paper, and just put that together. Did a little bit of twining. I showed that on the last video, how to use ribbon and wrapping it around. In the next card, so I'm going to set that aside. I have got some blues. I got some fish, and here's a narrow strip. Here's like a little wider one, and this one is too big for what we're going to do. Now, you can keep the measurements simple or complicated. So in this one, I worked with 8s, and we don't have to work with 8s. If you're don't want to work with 8s, don't. I mean, it's certainly up to you what you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to use these two, and then I'm going to make this one. I just need to look at my measurements. I think I'm going to make it 4 1/4 by 1 1/4, maybe 2 inches. Let me see. Get more of the fish on there. Oh my gosh, that uses, look at that. It's like a sliver off of there. Like a sliver. That's definitely nothing we can do with garbage. So we've got 2 inches, and let's do 4 1/4. Yeah. Oh, put my blade down and always go up. Then your paper doesn't move. So now we have a little bit of a square. I'm just going to chuck that back in my paper. So we know that this one is 2 by 4, right? Remember, we cut it at 4 1/4 by 2. So then I need 4 1/2 by 4 4 1/2 by 2 1/4, so I can get the matting. Okay, so I think I'll do that out of here. So 4 1/2. Whoops, sorry folks. Didn't mean to wobble you. 4 1/2. So the reason I'm going with this is because I'm going 1/4 of an inch bigger than this strip. Okay, so because this is 2 by 4 1/4, I'm going to 4 1/2 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to cut 4 1/2. This is probably, see, I need to get a new blade, by 2 1/4. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I see how it's fraying there. I will need to get a new blade. And you know what? I've had these blades for a couple of years. And so look how it fits on there. We've got a good measurement there. Good matting. Okay, so we're doing 1/4 inch all the way around. So we need to remember that for these. So this looks like wavy water. So I'm going to measure this. This one is 1 1/4 by 3. So I'm going to do 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. So let me see if I can get that out of here. Let's pop that in the garbage. So what did I say? That's why I write it down. So that was 1 1/4. So we're going to 1 1/2. Okay. 1 1/2 by, and this one was, I think it was 3, I said. Yeah, so 3 1/4. Okay, so there we go. That's now going to get matted. Okay, and then this little strip is a 1/2 inch strip. Yeah, 1/2 inch strip. So let's see, is this, oh, it's not long enough. What was I thinking? Let me see if we can get it out of here. No, that's not going to work. So I have to use one of these. Okay, so this is a 1/2 inch strip. So we're going to go at 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. You know what? I'm going to get one of, I've got several cutting systems. So I'm just going to grab another one so I don't get all those fraying. Put my blades down. So you have to measure this again. This was a 1/2 inch, so we're going to go 3/4 inch. No, that one's even worse. That's why that one was in the bottom of the, yeah, I'm just going to have to cut those. You can just cut those frayed edges off. It's not the end of the world, but you do want to cut them off because it does impact your work. And then this is 4 inches, so we want to do 4 1/4. So I want to measure here to 1/4, bring my blade down, and then cut up. And see all the fuzzies on there? I'll cut those off like that. Neaten that up. There we go. Okay, so we've got that done as well. And look, that mats really beautifully. Let me just pull that down and we'll get a 1/4 inch mat. So we've got 3 mats. Now we want a sentiment as well. And we need a card backing. So I will a card. I think that will show up really nice on white. I'm going to use the Everyday Greetings. I got this stamp set. I showed it to you on the last video. It's got a lot of, I was looking for anniversary, so it has like 2 different fonts of anniversary. But this is great because you can put a lot of greetings together. best wishes. What did I put on? Thinking of you on your birthday. I put that together. I love putting different fonts together. It really adds some really uniqueness to your card. But I wanted to show you what I did on the inside. So on the inside is the stamps are attached to this plastic sheet. It's a thicker sheet. And then there's this thinner sheet. So what I did, because all the words are written on there, I just put them on the words. And then I put that thinner sheet on top just to protect it. This helps me to know what is missing, what I need to be looking for as well. It just protects it. Then on a future project, don't throw this out. Don't throw anything out. Don't throw this out because I'm going to show you in the future how to make a shaker card using what you've just gotten out of the stamp set. It's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Another project over on the right-hand side of my workstation. So we're going to work with this everyday greeting. I think this is a great greeting set to start with. If you need to start with a greeting set, that one is awesome. 2 by 2. Whoops, that was the scoring blade. That's not going to get me very far in cutting. So 2. Okay, I'm putting an order in. I need some blades. I don't mind doing this, fixing it, but gets to be fixing it up doesn't. And then now the white piece, oh, that's my white cardstock. I don't want to cut that up. The white piece, so I did a 2 by 2 square for the mat. I want to do 1 3/4. And this will be the sentiment will be stamped on here. So I'll do 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. So just, you know what? You can work with any measurement. Was that 1 3/4? Yes, I always have to want to double check sometimes. Just make up your own measurements. Like I just had these 3 scraps. These 2 scraps, and this was from a bigger chunk. So then I just put them together and this, and we're going to build that card up. So I'm all done with the blue and the cutting system. So first thing I want to do is stamp my sentiment. And what do I want to say? Well, it's got fishing on it. So I'm thinking like the font that I would want to go with is this font, but I'm just trying to think. Let's do on your big day. Okay. So on your big day, get my stamp out, on your big day. Okay. I didn't want a cursive. I just wanted this. Okay. So now I'm going to get Night of Navy. Okay, you want to make sure it's right. On your big day. I had it backwards. Okay, that's why it's always good to check. And I'm going to stamp it off. And I need because it's a photopolymer, I need a little bit of cushioning underneath. And I put it under here so I don't get those. And that just came out of packing. Okay, so tap, 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 tap. And I'm just going to do it over here. on your big day. That looks good. Okay. And I'm just going to put it in the middle on your big day. Okay. All right. So we've done the sentiment. And, okay. So let's glue this up. Oh, my card fell down. All right. Oh my goodness, Marianne. Oh, look what I did. Okay, I'll get this glued down and I'll just use my wet foam pad to get that wiped off. If I don't get all inked, I get all glued up. Okay. So this is why I like the glue. I've got a little bit of time to play with it. And I'm going to just cut off those fuzzies. There we go. So one is done. And you can see that the fish, whoops, come on, move over. Oh my gosh. There we go. And then this little one, well, there's one complete fish in that strip. Just pretty cool. Okay. And then we're going to get our sentiments on. Now this is where I'm going to bring in some twine, because that will go with fisherman. Put that aside. Get my, we've talked about ribbons. So I'm going to get some of this and my Stamp and Seal tape runner. And I'm going to do what I did on the other one. I'm just going to put along the top and the bottom. So I'll do the, I just wrapped the cord around a couple of times. Whoops, stick back there. And then I just cut it off here. Oops, it kind of flopped off. Stick it down. There we go. I'm going to do across the bottom as well. Stay down. Attach more stickiness to it. That's all there is to it. So just another way to add embellishment to your cards. Let's just wrap some twine and ribbon. It could be, there we go. It could be that you did it on one of these as well. However you want to do that. Now I think my card is going to go landscape because of the fish. Okay, I just need to trim some more of this fuzzies off. Whoops. Okay, all right. So before I start gluing down, I'm going to just, where do I want everything? So this looks like waves of water. And you want them certainly attaching. And your big day could go here, or it could go down even more. I'm working with very different size of, oh, you know what? If I put it like this and then do this over here, I don't know. So that's one of the beauties of this. You can just keep playing around how you want it. So maybe like this and this. Whoops, these are not sticking down very well. Stay down. Stay in place. Oh, I like that. I do like that. That is awesome. Okay, now I have to remember what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to glue this down. So we're going to leave an edge. Now make sure the fold is at the top. I've done that before, where my card was upside down. I just had to rip it apart and do it again. And then I had this one kind of like this. Like this. So there was some of that showing, and 1/4 of an inch down there. And then I had this like this. I don't think I did, but anyway, I think I'm changing my mind here. Just building it as I go. There we go. And this I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. You can find my dimensionals. Oh, here. See, remember I've told you on your dimensionals, use every little bit. Like there's a couple of little dimensionals here, but then there's still some on the edge. Use it up. These are not wanting to stay down. Once it's on the card, it'll make a difference. There you go. So then I've cut these, and I'll just pop those babies there. And one here. Oh, that one's off. And then pop this up on dimensionals, I think. Yeah, so I have like, there we go. Voila! There's our on your big day. So that's kind of like a on your big day, you know, big fishing stories, big fish, you know, big birthdays. Really a good way. So there we've matted strips, just taken out of my bin over here. I showed that to you last video. I have a tray here, three tier tray on wheels, and I have scraps in there. And I just went digging through and found this, and so made this. So on your big day works out really well. And then I can stamp on the inside. I think there was a little strip. No, maybe not anymore. I've used it all. So just matting it brings, pops up the, all your papers and that. So there's one card. So I will show you with another card. So I had these, you know, and Christmas is still happening. So I thought the candy canes with the red, and it's got polka dots on it. So, so let's do, we can make any measurement you want. Let's close this up. Okay, let's make any measurement we want. These are, this is, well, we don't need it that long, that's for sure. And this one is 5 inches. Okay, so we will make this 4.5. Okay, whoops, get that one out of the way. 4.5. And then we'll cut 1.5 inches. Okay. Oh, wrong blade. 1.5 inches. So this one I'm going to make the same. These worked with 8ths, so this was like 1 3/8 by 4 and something, and this was 1 1/8. This was 1 3/8. So it just gives you a little bit of a different measurement. Okay, so what did we say? This is 1.5 by 4.5. Okay. All right. It's just looking at the direction of the candy canes, and it's gonna work because I had already turned the paper. And so 1 by 2. Okay. All right. So you can see I made one wider and one narrower. This is by 2 inches. This is by 1.5. And this is, and did we make them the same length? Nope, we did not. One is 1/4 inch longer. Okay, so I am going to look for some background paper. We have that one all done up. I put some white gems on there. And so there we go. We have another card. So this was the first one I showed you. And these were working with a bigger box, a bigger sentiment area. And you'll see that then this one, the sentiment gets a little smaller. Okay, a little smaller. And then this one, the sentiment I made a lot smaller. This one is 1.5 by 1.5. So then the matting is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So there you go. Just matting some strips that you have in your stash of leftovers, like cuts that, you know, we just don't know what to make. Matting them with some leftover cardstock. That's what I've used, is all leftover cardstock, and then I just made cards. I do like the color on the color. I do like that. That is really nice as well. So there you go, matting. You can mat whatever you want. Watch out, husbands. You might get matted as well, and and on a card. I think I might add a bow or something there as well. I just feel like it needs a little something. Let's see what we can find. Well, that's a good color. Oh, I know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this up. There you go. See, if you pull it up, it comes off really nicely. So I'm going to take our ribbon and do what we did before and just do a loop and loop that on the back like that and have that coming. Okay, so let me do some fancy work here. Just like that, and dress it up and then attach it back down. And then I think I might move this white dot, which the sticky stayed behind, which I didn't want that to happen. Okay, came off. And I think I'll put this right here because it gets lost in the ribbon. There we go. I think that's just what it needed, was that. Not any more, not any less. And that's just has dressed it up really nicely. So there we go, all matted up. So there you go, 3 beautiful cards, 3 different measurement, like all different measurements on our strips, and different designs on how we put them together. Some sentiment boxes were made larger than others, and we just put it together, and it makes simple and easy and fun cards to make by using what you have. I'll just show you again my cart. See my cart? So here's all my scraps of designer series paper, and down in the bottom is, down here is my cardstock. So I just have them in there, and I just go to that whenever I need something, and that has saved me a lot. And you know, we spend money on cardstock and paper, and we want to use as much of it as we can without wasting a lot of it. So there we go, all matted up, making different cards. You could make all the same cards. You could make different cards. And I used the Everyday Greeting Pack, which is available right now. It's those, you know, when you can get something like this, it is so versatile. You'll use it over and over and over again. And there's different sayings you can put together. So I didn't even realize that when I picked On Your Big Day, how well it would go with the fishing theme. I just didn't, it hadn't dawned on me until it was all done. So a lot of those sayings can go together. There's different fonts, and so it's a really good starter stamp set. I want to let you know about, and I've posted a quick video on it, is that there is free shipping until December 11th. So this is airing on December the 10th, so you have 1 day left. Shipping is helpful. Plus there is the last chance items, and what that means is that they are on sale, and some of them are on for up to 80% off. So you don't pay for shipping, and you get sale items. That's where I go first when I'm buying things, is I go to the sale place, the sale part of it, the clearance rack, and the last chance items. Last chance means that this is going to be out of stock. Once it's sold out, it's going to be out of stock. So it's just, you're just going to get a bigger bang for your buck with that. No shipping, and get some sale items. I definitely would suggest this season's greeting stamp set. Or if you don't have any greeting stamp sets, it's going to take you a long, long way in helping you make your cards. So all matted up. We are just, I've just got so many ideas to share with you. So keep joining me, friends. I love having you join me, and I get so excited. And let me know which is your favorite. So we had card number 1. It's lemons on there. I'm not a fruity kind of person. There's some beautiful cards that they do, but anyway, it's card number 2, On Your Big Day, or card number 3, Hello Friend. Let me know in the comments which one, 1, 2, or 3. And thank you for joining me. And here we are. I love sharing with you. So thank you for joining me. And I think I've said that many times, but we are going to spread kindness 1 card at a time.